40. Be part of the conversation. 833-401-1440.
Grove Rotary Rib Fest is on all this weekend in Central Park, Spruce Grove. It's mouth-watering ribs, plus live entertainment, the Canada Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo, and much more. Grove Rotary Rib Fest, brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires in Spruce Grove. Tickets on site now.
Does your bank do local? We do. When you bank with Vision Credit Union, you're banking with a rural Albertan cooperative that cares about the community where you live. There's no question. We actively support our rural communities at the local level through charitable donations, volunteerism, local team and event sponsorships, and by returning millions in profit shares to our members every year. Does your bank do that? We do local. Bank with Vision Credit Union. VisionCU.ca.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV with an unfortunate reality of buying an RV new. If you finance the whole thing, you'll owe more than your new RV is worth for like a long time.
In the credit world, they call that upside down on your loan.
That's right, Bob. Same with new cars. You lose about a third of the value when it rolls off the lot, which puts you upside down in a big way. And that's a dangerous place to be because customers want to sell it and pay off the loan, then realize it's not possible. Sometimes people are so angry about that, they give us bad reviews because we can't help them.
Used buyers don't have that problem.
It's why I love used RVs so much, Bob. You pay fair market value for a quality used RV at No Bull, and it's still worth that much when it leaves the lot. Even if you finance the whole thing, in most cases, you're right side up for the whole term, which gives you options and flexibility later.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
This is how we roll.
Breaking down the fine art of sports, one rep at a time. The Lowdown with Lowetide. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Welcome to the Lowdown. Today's show, Elks are 4-1. They're really, really real. Red Blacks, they need a quarterback who can make that long throw, and they need it now because they're in real trouble. Tom Dundon puts all the Dundons on the cup with media and fans enraged, absolutely enraged. It's kind of funny to watch. World Cup continues. France, oh my. And Oilers kind of quiet, but maybe they're lurking, like a fox or a cheetah. We'll find out. Lowdown with Lowetide brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick on Sports 1440 and YouTube. Hurry in for hot summer savings, including 0% purchase financing on select models. 0%. Details at wolfgmcbuick.com. Our headliner of the day, Steve Lansky, comes up at 1 o'clock. We have Declination special time always 12:40 on Friday, and we'll find out about that in Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail. Very busy day. We'll talk about the Elks, World Cup, Oilers, Jays, whatever you would like to discuss as well on our text line at 833-401-1440. That's 833-401-1440. We're also live on iHeartRadio, Radio Player Canada, sports1440.ca, and after the show, we tweet it out on X. And we have it on Spotify and Apple. And Declan is kind enough to do the intro of the show, and I usually retweet it. And it's up now, and that's your cue to join us on YouTube as well. We're on Twitter at Lowetide, at Declan Krueger, at JFenwick04. And now the introductions. If he could put names on the Stanley Cup, he would include all of his family, Kawhi, Joe Burrow, and Brad Pitt. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Josh Fenwick. Josh Fenwick, everybody.
I don't even need the family on there. Just Brad Pitt. We're good.
I think you're telling the truth there. Oh, man. If he could put names on the Stanley Cup, he would include family, Jimmy Butler, Kerry Joseph, Lil Baby, and the cast of Love Island. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Declan Krueger. Declan Krueger, everybody.
Just Jimmy Butler.
And I think what Tom Dundon did was so just disgusting. And that's why he's seen as such a loser in NBA circles right now. Like, I cannot believe what he did.
But here's the thing.
But Jimmy Butler would go on there.
Gary is not going to stop him. If this was a Canadian owner, I think it might be a different deal.
Already happened.
Well, but
it wasn't Gary.
That was a long time ago, and it wasn't Gary. You're right. But it's interesting because the world as the NHL exists is changing and has changed. And this is the reaction from the media and a lot of fans. I'm sure it will get Gary's attention, but he is employed by Dundon and 31 other people. So it's like, going to your employer, like try thinking of this. You are going to go to your employer. Can I please see you for a second? Sure. Listen, reading the tea leaves on various social media, and I think you shouldn't do that. Oh, let's do the business card comparison, shall we, Lyle? I've got my owner's card here, and you're the what now? I mean, due respect to Gary, he's done an interesting job as NHL commission. He is the reason the Edmonton Oilers are still here. Having said that, I don't see an opportunity for him to make good on that. I want to start, though, by talking about last night's football game, because I thought the Elks played well, but I think the Red Blacks, I think you're flawed when you don't have a quarterback who can't make that long throw. I thought he threw really well in the middle, but there was always a point in that game, certainly in the first three quarters, where Red Blacks had something going, and then all of a sudden there was a bad pass to the wide left. That's a long throw, and I get it. Or there'd be some other play that disrupted the Red Blacks. And Elks, to their credit, they played very well. They were measured, I thought. They weren't, I know they had injuries and issues like that, but they played extremely well from my point of view. But the Red Blacks aren't going to win very many games because they don't have a quarterback who can make the long throw, and they throw in the middle, but that's where all the ball hawks are. So that's my thoughts on the game. I'm disappointed in the Red Blacks. I don't think they're better than they were the last time the Elks saw them. What do you think, Declan?
No, they're very bad. Like, they have so many problems. Jake Maier, every ball he threw, like, he just underthrows every receiver, and the Elks DBs were able to undercut it so nicely. He should have had 7 picks, honestly. Like, Kobe Williams should have had 1. Cordell Jackson should have had another 2. They couldn't run the ball. I had a boxing reference for this on Elks Nation this morning. I don't know if you guys remember the boxer Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, but he fought a guy named Willie Monroe once. I think it was Willie Monroe, might have been Dominic Wade. And Willie was paiding him a little bit, and it was kind of close on the cards, and everyone was like, oh, this fight, it's kind of close on the cards, but everyone knew it wasn't actually close. And then Gennady Golovkin ended up knocking him out in the 6th round. And that's what this Elks game felt like. Like, there were moments where the score was close. And there were moments where, Ottawa had some motion offensively, mostly through Aiden Eberhard or Justin Hardy. And there were some moments where they even got to stand defensively on 3rd down. But the gap in teams seemed so evident. And that 4th quarter blew it open. And the final score was 40-17. Like, garbage shot, whatever. Ottawa was trying to play for something. They don't want to start 0-5. Ryan Dinwiddie was trying to do everything he could. But they're just so capped out by who they are as a roster.
Yeah,
so.
I was disappointed because I love the CFL. I love watching the game. And there have been times, remember when the expansion draft happened, when Ottawa came into the league, and every team was watered down. And for like a year and a half, the CFL suffered because of that. That's the God's honest truth. I watched the games. And for Ottawa to be like, what are they, 0-5 now? And they still don't have a quarterback who can make the CFL throws. You know what I mean by the CFL throw? You're on the right, wide right hash marks. You take the ball, you move back, and now you got to throw far, far left. And you have to make that throw. That's like a test. And they had a guy in a CFL game last night where the game really mattered for them, and they didn't have that. I think that's disappointing. That's you should be able to fix that. Maybe you're going to get another Ralph/Dieter Brock, and the guy's going to throw it way the hell over the head of the guy. But at least get a guy who at some point would be able to take on that role and play quarterback at the CFL level. And it was disappointing. And they're basically an automatic out for everybody. You should win against the Ottawa Red Blacks this year, and everybody has. All right, World Cup, France, man. I'm looking at the halftime stats, and 0 expected goals for Morocco. They had nothing. And France was I mean, it was 0-0, but it was the biggest shellacking of a 0-0 first half I've ever seen at the World Cup, and I'm embellishing a little bit, but it was bad. Can anybody beat France at the World Cup, or are they just it?
I think Spain has a good chance because of their defensive system. And then Argentina, you know me, I love Messi. I'm never going to count him out. But yes, this French team is a super team. And honestly, the fact Messi was able to beat this team in 2022, oh my days, that banner is going to hang forever. Then they're going to raise it a little higher, and it's going to hang some more. France is really good. They got probably 3 of the top 5 best players in the world. They're solid everywhere, and they just attack at all times. So they're going to be tough to beat.
So when we look at that and we say, Canada, man, they didn't get through. They're just not close, right? To the top teams. You mentioned Spain, obviously France, we saw yesterday. Whatever they have to do, to get to the top 8, there's still a mile or two to go after that to be among the best in the world.
Yeah, credit to them. They played really well in that Morocco game. They won the expected goal battle, one of 4 teams to do it in the tournament. But they're a level behind these top tier nations, and it's because of the academy systems and the young age, and obviously just the emphasis on soccer in general in those other countries. But honestly, I don't think they'll ever catch up. I don't think Canada will ever catch up to those teams. Similarly, I don't think they'll ever catch up to us in hockey. So
no. I mean, and that makes sense, right? You'd need to have a 200-year commitment, and it would be several generations, and the elite athletes in France end up playing soccer or well, maybe cycling. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. There's,
I mean, the obsession with cycling in Europe is pretty large, but soccer is it. And in Canada, we have whatever we have, right? There's a ton of it. So I don't know. For me, I feel as though, what's the game we have today at the World Cup?
There's 2, isn't there? Just one. I'm looking at the schedule now. Spain and Belgium.
Right. And so we assume Spain's going to walk through, but we know Belgium's pretty good. So it's probably 2-1 as opposed to 3-0.
Yeah, Belgium's so much worse than that 4-1 win they had against the States. They've looked, they when they subbed off Kevin De Bruyne, and I think they subbed off Jeremy Doku as well. They kind of conceded that game against Senegal and just said, okay, end of the tournament. And then they ended up winning. So I think Spain wins this handily.
Okay. Well, we'll see. And I mean, the Americans did not play well. Even aside from the fact that the home fans were really hyped for it. I guess we'll get you would say a more accurate view of Belgium as a team really today then.
Yes.
All right.
In a negative light.
Right, exactly. Padres are hosting the Jays tonight, and it's a late one. It'll start 7:40 or so. Bieber versus Sears. JP Sears pitching pretty well over there now. Riverhawks versus who are they playing tonight?
The Marion Berries.
I love the name.
It's a great name.
I'm telling you. And that's at 7:05 down at the ballpark.
Yeah, sure looks like it. Yep.
No, I love the whiteboard.
It's super helpful.
It totally is. I just, I read whatever's on the whiteboard. So if you want to get me in trouble, just put my social insurance number up there and I'll read it.
Perfect. Well, as you can see, it denotes at the top all times in mountain. So you know that every time is correct.
Dear. I could tell you about my radio past and things I've done wrong with a whiteboard, but I will not because it's a family show. All right. Oilers aren't doing much. I think most people are waiting for the shoe to drop for the Anaheim Ducks. They're saying they love their defense. They are lying, and they will make moves here. But they're going to have to overpay, right? If you're sending $5 million, a contract with $5 million attached to a team that is I don't know, I'm not sure I want that guy. Then you have to sweeten it, and it really does hurt Anaheim. They are no longer the team that they were when they beat the Edmonton Oilers in the first round of the playoffs. And it's too bad too because I really did like. Not that I enjoyed watching them beat the Oilers. Please understand that wasn't a thrill for me as somebody who covers and talks about the team all the time. But from the point of view of the team being better a year from now, they may well be, but there's a lot of work to do. And I don't know if the I questioned Stan Bowman's imagination before July 1. I'm not questioning it now. He did a Stan Bowman did a brilliant. He offloaded the Darnell Nurse deal, and then he didn't go out and do something goofy. He was measured, and he still has money in the bank. Stan Bowman had a really good summer, and lots of people, including myself, were questioning him whether he had the imagination to get it done. And so far, I would have to give him an A. Is an A good for Stan Bowman?
For now, yeah.
And don't waste the money.
Yep.
But and I mean, what grade would you give the Anaheim Ducks front office, and I guess Pat Verbeek specifically?
I would. Oh man, that's a tough one. D. I don't think I can. Yeah, I mean, you kept Leo Carlson, so I can't let you go to F. But you're paying him $18 million. I don't like.
See, but you got him.
But you have him, which is why they're not. Which is why it's not an F.
D seems harsh. They're better off than the Flyers today.
Sure, I mean, I guess so. They both won a round in the playoffs.
Yeah, like I'm not saying the Flyers are an A+ either, but I'm just like
they've stewarded their cap. Now they still got a guy to sign. Cutter's got to get signed.
Yeah, they have the Cutter problem. Obviously, they signed Minchikov to a deal that I think we all agree is bigger than expected. And they are still like 4 real D-men shy.
Honestly, that's how I feel. I know people are going to say, come on, Josh, 4. What the hell, man?
And really what you need is you probably need another top pairing guy to go with Jackson Lacombe.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. Now we've got a couple of minutes, 12:15. We're going to take a couple of minutes here because online yesterday while I was watching the game, I saw a lot of people say, how come there aren't more people? First of all, Commonwealth Stadium is a big stadium. You can put 40,000 people in there and you'll go, God, there's a lot of empty seats. It's just a massive stadium. It just is. And secondly, it's like a Thursday night, which I think probably cuts down on the people my age, maybe. And I think that them winning that's a good thing because people who didn't go to the game go, damn, I could have watched that. I could have I'm watching Rankin and I'm like, holy Hannibal, because it's just different when you see it live. It's like when you see McDavid, right? Is that right? Do you agree with that, Declan? When you see Rankin run live, like in real time, it is way different than on the television.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely just like the little, east-west cuts are so much quicker than I think you probably realize.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people who didn't go are thinking, well, yeah, they're hyping it up in the media and that sort of thing. But when you watch the game like you did last night and you saw what's going on here, and I thought they were pretty adult about the plays. When they did have somebody go down, they had somebody who was capable coming in. I know it's just Ottawa, but I didn't see a lot. I saw Ottawa making those mistakes that teams that lose make, where you're offside. There was one play where I think it was a procedure play against the left tackle, and then on the next play, the Elks suffered a sack. But that was the only time I really felt they shot themselves in the foot, at least in the first, 40 minutes of the ball game. I thought the Elks played a pretty, if you took that to the playoffs, I think you might not win, but you'd play pretty well. They seem to have everything covered, and there didn't appear to be a lot of confusion from my point of view.
The defense played strong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I do remember the sequence that you're talking about with the illegal procedure. They go back 5 yards. Cody ends up he rolls out to his left right into a sack.
Yeah.
Huge bear tackle.
Yeah. Getting out of the Nurse deal was magical. Getting out of the Lucic deal from Kevlar, I think Nurse obviously had more value, but I do get your point. By the way, people are saying if you're going to the ballpark tonight to watch Riverhawks versus Marion, take your bug spray. How bad were the bugs last night?
That is definitely a question for Declan, although he's in the press box, so I guess he wouldn't really know. Yeah. I did go out at right after the game. I wasn't there. I was at home, but I went out and man, I had a lot of mosquitoes in my car this morning. I tell you what. Yeah. So yes, bring your bug spray. It's a good idea. Also, I think there's still a health warning for West Nile virus. So yeah, wear your lawn sleeve or wear your bug spray or anything like that.
We should find the symptoms of West Nile. If it's in the area, maybe people have it and they don't know it,
Sure. That's a quick That's a quick Google search. West Nile.
Wouldn't it be funny if all the hacking and copying
It was you. You had it.
that we have protected us from West Nile?
My grandpa actually had West Nile right before he died.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was crazy because he was in the hospital, obviously very sick. It was crazy. It was cancer that came. It was like a really aggressive form, but he was in the hospital and they were running a bunch of tests. And well, he was like, I guess unconscious or something. Maybe like they were like, when was he in West Africa?
Wow.
And they were like, what are you talking about? And they're like, he has West Nile virus, and he just got it from the mosquitoes in Saskatchewan. Crazy stuff.
That is wild, and it just tells you what, the world is, and I mean, I lived through, my dad used to tell me about the World War and polio, and I never knew. And I was always curious about it. And now that I've gone through the pandemic, I'm not curious anymore. And I would like for us not to experience that. So be careful out there.
If you have it, about 20% of infected individuals develop flu-like symptoms, so just be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're part of the 1% of infected individuals, you can get encephalitis or meningitis, paralysis or loss of coordination, muscle weakness, tremors, or convulsions, disorientation or stupor, stiff neck, intense headaches, high fevers.
Wow.
The severe cases are common in older adults over 60 years old.
Oh, thanks. I didn't have to read that part.
And if you have underlying health conditions, you should be very much aware.
Okay. So that's really interesting to know. And you have helped the community at large, young Josh. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I will take my award. Community champion.
It's 12:20. We're going to take a break. But first, we want to know what's on Declinations. What did you two jack-o'-lanterns have planned?
Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a, fight happy mood. Conor McGregor's return this weekend. So we are going to be looking at our top 5 fantasy boxing / mixed martial arts matchups.
So
yeah.
one boxer, one mixed martial arts?
No.
Or just different eras?
Different eras, but that would be a fun exercise as well. I like that.
Joe Louis versus Ali. Right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right.
Hey, spoiler alert. Maybe.
Oh my God. I'm just saying that's what the first thing that came into my mind, right?
Well, it makes sense.
Oh my God. That would be. Hey, can AI pull that up?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure someone would be able to do that.
All right. Well, this has been an interesting segment, and with just more to come. On the way, Lansky, we have at 12:40. Declination sounds very interesting. And straight ahead, it is Rumors. Lowdown with Lowetide, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Breaking down the fine art of sports, one rep at a time. The Lowdown with Lowetide. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out at wolfgmcbuick.com. Friday, weekend just around the corner. I don't have anything massive planned this weekend, and I kind of like it like that, just to kind of kick back and I got some work to do around the house. Overdue work to do around the house. But other than that, spend some time with the dogs and the cats. If you have dogs and cats, I had cats when I was like 5. I had a cat. And now Karen has 2 cats. So now I have 2 cats. And I have lots of dogs in my life. And dogs are, no matter what you do, if they are able to be with you, they are happy. You know, oh, you want to go to the dump? Sure. You know, that's a dog. And they're just so happy to be with you. They just are. They're the sweetest things. And I have 2 dogs, Clifford, who's gigantor, and Ziggy, who isn't. And they're just the sweetest. Now, cats are sweet too. But they're different. They're like, they decide when they want to interact with you, and it might be 0.6 seconds. And that might be this week. And yet, that's okay. It is. I think if your cats decide not to end you, you've had a good week. You really have. And the vandalism of cats is quite a lot to get used to. I will say that. But I love them both. Have you ever had cats, Declan?
We did. We had one cat. Her name was Fifi. I loved her very much. I was about 10 years old. I had a brutal allergic reaction to her.
Oh, no.
I still have. Cats are my worst allergy. I've been to the hospital, I think, 3 times for cats, for cat allergies. So me and my mom, I was like 10 years old. We had to go spend the night in a hotel while my dad gave up the cat to one of my mom's friends and cleaned the house. And the second last time I saw her, my mom and I were driving away, and she put her hands up on her glass door, on our glass door, and watched me drive away. And I recently just found out that cat is actually still alive.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Can you
cool.
believe that?
Well, I do know that it's cat dander that is usually the problem for people, and it's real. People always say, oh, well, we'll put the cat in the closet. It doesn't work like that. First, never put a cat in the closet. And number 2, it's the dander. It's what they leave that often is the problem for folks. So there you go. That's a little cat update. It is time for Rumors, brought to you by Harley-Davidson of Edmonton. It's riding season, and Harley-Davidson of Edmonton has your next bike waiting. Huge selection of new and pre-owned, plus test rides available, locally owned and operated since 1980 on the Yellowhead Trail or at hdedmonton.com. All right. So far, we've talked about the Anaheim Ducks and what has been just a complete bollocks, as the British say, of an offseason. They matched on the guy they had to, but then they signed a guy, Mintyukov, to an over, like that's a too much money contract. I don't think he's ever going to live up to that.
Mintyukov? No.
And then you've got Cutter to sign. You don't have any money, and Verbeek is saying, yeah, I like the defense. Come on. Like, who are you kidding? They've reportedly already talked to Vancouver about a player they'd like to offload to them. Vancouver's got cap issues.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just weird. The NHL's worst value contracts are out. Brandon Tanev, number 1, $833,000 a point. Garnet Hathaway, $800,000 a point. He was a Calgary Flame, right?
Garnet Hathaway?
Yeah, I believe he was.
Maybe at one point. I don't think he was this year.
Siplikov, $563,000 per point. Kotkaniemi, $536,000 per point. That's a lot. Vetrano, the guy that Anaheim reportedly is trying to offload, $508,000 per point. And Ryan Reeves, $450,000 per point. And Huberdeau's in there, $420,000 per point.
Makes sense to me. Yes, Garnet Hathaway was a Flame for 4 years, up and down between the NHL and the AHL.
I remember watching him play in the minors, and he was very impressive in the minors. And he had some good years in the NHL, right? It's not this one.
Well, I mean, good years. He's a right wing. His career high in points is 26.
That's great.
76 games, 57 PIMs. He doubled up on PIMs that he did points.
PIMs used to be a thing you'd say. Like you got 13 goals, 40 points, and 212 PIMs.
Lovely. Sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
Iron Man for sure.
Yeah.
But
no, he's
yikes.
Not.
And now he's worth, I don't know, what was it? 800,000 a point?
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's your good investment. This is a story, and I don't know where to go with it because I will tell you, truth to tell, I love Hayley Wickenheiser. I think she's one of the heroes of my lifetime in Canadian sports. She was clearly one of the greatest hockey players ever. From all accounts, an absolute splendid individual. And based on what is coming out of, Toronto Maple Leafs land, somebody that was well respected within the organization. And she confirmed yesterday that she is no longer part of the Toronto Maple Leafs organization. It's part of a sweeping front office overhaul under new GM John Chayka. So here's why I'm conflicted, because I think any new manager has a right to choose his own people or her own people. That's the way it should work. Somebody comes in and they want to, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them, and you want to proceed with the people that you believe can help you the most. So Chayka is well within his rights, but Wickenheiser is sort of like a national icon, and Toronto prides itself on being the flagship, they're not, organization of Canada. So I'm conflicted on this. Do you have an opinion on this?
It's just Leafs doing Leafs things. I mean, like, he's under no responsibility to keep Hayley Wickenheiser on the staff. Like he's allowed to do whatever he wants. He's the general manager. He can, it's his call. It does seem weird that maybe the MLSE wouldn't step in. However, she's very well respected among everywhere else. She'll land on her feet. Someone else will take her.
Oh God, yeah.
We don't even have to worry about that. But
she can also just go back to Shaunavon and be mayor.
Yeah, but it seems like a very strange move to make if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs and you do pride yourself on being what is essentially the pride of Canada.
Yeah,
you're not, but
she wasn't the only one, by the way.
They absolutely cleaned house.
Yeah, and now they will rebuild. And I mean, the one thing I will say is that if you're cleaning out all the scouts, I think it's not long from now. I'll have to check with Guy Flaming. It's not long from now that these kids start playing for the draft next year. And you have to have somebody. Even the Tampa Bay Lightning had only one guy, Donnie Murdoch, at their beginning. But you got to have somebody with eyes on these players. You can't just do it with math, I promise you. Something encouraging in baseball, the Miami Marlins, who are always annually at the deadline sellers, they're going to keep Sandy Alcantara, and they're going to keep everybody. And they're going to add, apparently, which I think is really cool because a lot of times in that division in the NL East, it's the same teams over and over again. That's pretty cool. I would talk here about the Toronto Blue Jays, but I don't want to depress you. It's Friday. There's good things to talk about. We could talk about the Riverhawks. They play tonight down at the ballpark at 7 o'clock. But the Jays are
sad.
Yeah, they're in the lake and they're on a boat, but they lost both oars. And that's what they're doing. They're just, if they're playing a bad team, maybe they'll win too. If they're playing any team that is any good at all, maybe they get to the 9th with the lead, but that's probably as far as it goes. They're not a very good team. And the Yankees, the Yankees suck. They don't have Judge. When Judge gets back, they're going to be great again. What is that? Maya, make the Yankees great again?
Yes, I do believe that is. Yeah.
No,
Miga.
No.
That'd be Miga.
Yeah, because the A in MAGA is
Oh,
again,
you're right.
and you're completely
Yes,
skipping
MAGA.
that.
Yeah.
So it's like
Miga.
Mithia.
Well,
Mithia.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, we're lost.
This was.
There are English teachers right now who are actually pulling over to the side of the road just to be sad for 20 minutes.
I was about to say, wouldn't they be in class? Nope, it's summertime. Happy summer to all our teachers out there.
God, I can't imagine. I would teach for 11 minutes, and if people didn't sit straight, I'd leave. It's bad enough with you two, up and down like yo-yos.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I'm not the brightest bulb of the batch. It happens.
Anything NBA we can talk about? I keep expecting the Lakers to land a super duper star. Will that happen?
No.
They got him, and his name is Walker Kessler Jr.
That's right. Is there any other white guys available for the Lakers to trade for?
Paging all white guys.
How many do they have?
Their entire starting five is white.
Come on, that's not possible.
Oh yeah, I gotta look at.
Is this some kind of a joke? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm not kidding you.
Are they all European at least?
There's a couple European guys. Austin Reeves, American. He's from Arkansas.
You mean Arkansas?
That is what I mean. Yes.
Okay. When's the last time that had no disrespect to anybody, but
no disrespect whatsoever?
When's the last time you started a game with 5 people?
I don't know, 80s. Yeah. So they're starting 5. They have Quentin Grimes in here. I think Mamu will be in the starting 5, not Quentin Grimes. But their starting 5, as of right now, would be Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Sandro Mamukujavelli. I can't say his name. My apologies. Mamu, Jake LaRavia, and Walker Kessler.
In the NFL, they've published the NFL teams with the most dead cap space. You guys don't do well. The Bills are at 46.2 million in dead cap, just like the worst. Like that's, I think, 10th worst.
Is it still the Saints that have the worst, or is it the Broncos that have the worst right now?
I'm finding the Bengals right now.
Oh, lovely.
Where are the Bengals?
I can't imagine they'd have a lot of dead cap hits. They're probably somewhere near the top.
Bears, Ravens, Colts. Well, the Bengals have 10 million.
Oh, hey, that's pretty good.
So the Bills have 46 million. The Eagles have 74 million. Dolphins have the most, 179 million.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tua. How could I forget? They bought out Tua.
Then it's the Browns, Saints, Jets, Eagles, Cardinals, Texans, Raiders, Jaguars, and the Bills. But that's not bad, though, right?
What, 46 million? It could be worse. You could be the Dolphins. Like, it's still not great. But hey, you know what? You can work with $40 million of dead cap space. Teams have been doing it for years.
Seahawks are for sale. There's a couple of people who want to own it. Would you, if you could buy an NFL team, who would you buy?
Maybe the Seahawks. They're pretty close by to the Canadian border. I would buy the Bengals, obviously. I was about to call them the Burrows, but I would buy the Bengals.
You'd buy the Bengals and call them the Burrows.
I would buy the Bengals and then make sure Joe Burrow had protection. And
so he retires for 2 years and you draft a bunch of guys.
Exactly.
Right.
But other than that, like, I'd probably buy the Rams, SoFi. Those teams will never go up for sale, but like it's a good area for them. And maybe the Jets.
Because you would be a hero if you turned them around.
Exactly. Yeah. New York football.
Now,
thriving under
Declan,
Josh
I'm
Reynolds.
not including you in this because I'm assuming you just buy the Buffalo Bills. Is this correct?
I would.
What would you do? What's the first thing you'd do?
Probably just like high five Josh Allen.
But that's
like,
real.
Hey,
would you get him more protection, or
I'd get him? Like, it's been my biggest complaint since Steph Diggs left. Like, I'd get him a true number 1 receiver.
Steph's in the news.
Steph Diggs?
No.
Who's shocked?
No. I think the first thing Declan would do was get Kurtz in there to be the quarterback.
I'd probably
like any good GM would.
No, I'd probably call up like Tavon Campbell, just like because or like JJ Ross, just my favorite players from the CFL, and be like, hey, you're coming to play here now, buddy.
You know, I've seen some guys go down to the CFL and play real well. Not just Warren Moon. It can happen.
Sure.
You know. Who's the one player in the CFL now that could play in the NFL right away?
JJ Ross, honestly. I really believe that.
All right. This has been a good convo. Are you ready for your declinations?
I am.
All right. On the way, declinations. This is a very good one. They're all good, but this is especially a good one. Lowdown with Lowetide, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick on Sports 1440 and YouTube.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Join play-by-play announcer Ben Showman for the games live on Sports 1440. The Toronto Blue Jays are on Edmonton's home for all things sports. Sports 1440.
Legacy Heating and Cooling is serious about cooling. In fact, we offer multiple ways to cool your home. So you better
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
If you're looking for traditional air conditioning, we got you.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Or ask us about a heat pump to help you heat and cool.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Cool with AC or cool with a heat pump. Cool your home with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection? Incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
Lux Windows was founded in 1969 with 5 people and a dream. 55 years later, our team of experts cares a whole lot about building and installing the best possible windows and doors. Because Lux is not just an Alberta-made product. We're one big Alberta-made family. Everything we are is windows and doors. A company born and bred and made in Alberta.
The Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Can you fit sports encyclopedia on a business card?
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
I don't have a new Elks update. Do we have a new Elks update?
Oh, I meant to ask for that. I would just say come see them at their next home game, July 17th, first BC.
Lowdown on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. It's 1242. Alan Mitchell, Declan Krueger, Josh Fenwick. Television screen, few cameras, big Canadian flag that we're very proud of. Love to live in Canada. Wonderful country. Time for declinations. Brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Next Elks home game, July 17th. Did you see them last night? Rankin, running everywhere, winning the game. Oh, my. You want to get your tickets, go Elks. Go to goelks.com/tickets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Declan Krueger.
Okay. Fun one today, I think. A little bit of a summer content, if you will. Conor McGregor makes his return to the octagon tomorrow. Obviously, one of the biggest name in the sport. So I thought it would be kind of fun. I'm in a bit of a fighting mode here to go down, and Josh and I are going to do some fantasy matchups in the history of boxing and mixed martial arts. And Josh, would you like to start?
Sure, I'll start us off.
Because I think, okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, my list is a lot less serious than Declan's. I'll be honest. There's some real boxers mixed in here. There might be people from other sports as well also mixed in, but they're all fights that we would all pay to see. So my number 5 is Mike Tyson versus Drago, as in
nice.
Dolph Lundgren from
Great
Rocky IV. However,
pull.
he has to be Drago. as in like you pull him straight from Rocky IV. So he is the crazy Iron Man boxer that he is in that movie. And let's just see what happens.
Was it Dolph Lundgren? Was that who was
that? Was in fact Dolph
All
Lundgren.
right. Okay.
But obviously he has the size and the reach, but Tyson is so strong. He's so fast. Would he get out of it faster than Rocky did?
How old is Tyson in this fight?
Oh, Tyson's prime Tyson.
Okay.
Prime Tyson versus
Which year?
86. Was he in jail?
No, he was. That was the year he won the heavyweight title.
I knew that date for some reason.
But like Tyson against what? Like a Barracuda, a oncoming
Tyson against anything
train
would be.
I don't
fun.
know.
But yeah, Tyson versus Drago from Rocky IV. There we go.
All right, I love it.
I love where your head was at with this. I did naturally go a bit more of a serious route. I have Roberto Duran versus Henry Armstrong. Roberto Duran, the man with the hands of stone. I think a lot of people consider him one of, if not the best lightweights ever. Was also able to fluctuate up weight classes and have success. Didn't always have the most success against the rest of the four kings, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, but he did beat Sugar Ray Leonard in that first fight. And just one of the absolute best lightweights of all time. Henry Armstrong, one of the best pound for pound boxers of all time. One of only two boxers to be undisputed in 3 weight classes, along with Terrence Crawford. And he was the only person in boxing history to hold a world title in 3 different weight classes simultaneously. He was like 5'6", but he was immortal. So that would be my number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, my number 4, Ben Wallace versus Isaiah Stewart.
Man,
this is another one. These are 2 NBA players, but Isaiah Stewart is now the bad boy of the Pistons, or formerly the bad boy of the Pistons. He's not on the Pistons anymore, but he basically wants to rip everybody's heads off. He tried to kill LeBron James. He tried to kill the Charlotte Hornets last year. He is an absolute man unleashed. Ben Wallace, like 5'9" or whatever. Not actually. He's taller. He's 6'8" or so. Huge, so strong. He held Shaq to the ground on a block. But also famously a bad boy with the Pistons.
I thought you said Ben Simmons. And I
no,
was
Ben Wallace.
Because he's afraid to throw the ball. So.
Yes, exactly. So I think if you gloved those 2 up and put them in this is another thing of Isaiah Stewart's got the reach, but Ben Wallace has got the strength. Let's see what happens here. But both 2 absolutely unhinged, psychotic guys just going at it. Glove them up, 12 rounds. Let's see what happens.
That is unbelievable. That's an unbelievable pick. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think Ben Wallace wins, by the way.
Oh, I think so too.
Okay. But hey, Stewie's gonna hang in there.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna
start doing some helicopter punches or something, just trying to use that reach to his advantage.
Number 4 for me, I have Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre, 2 of the best UFC fighters of all time. They fought. They were in their prime in the same era. George St. Pierre was a welterweight, eventually did go up and win the middleweight championship in 2017 against Michael Bisping, a guy who beat Anderson Silva. But in their prime, I just think it would have been one of the absolute most fun peak of the sport events to have seen. So I have Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre, my number 4.
When I couldn't figure out who I wanted George St. Pierre to fight, I decided this was the road I was going. I have one real fight in here, one actual real one, but everything else is pretty fun. Some of these things can still happen. Anyways, number 3, has anyone here seen Real Steel, the robot boxing movie? No? Okay. So anyways, the protagonist in that one, Adam, versus famed Transformer, Bumblebee. Bumblebee's not allowed to use his guns, but let's put him in a big metal ring and let's see what happens. Adam, obviously a traditional boxer. You know, he's trained by Hugh Jackman's character in the movie. Knows how to throw a jab, right cross, knows how to slip, all these things. Bumblebee, a lot more of a bruiser, and maybe more of a UFC type. I'd be interested to see what happens here.
Could this work in Dungeons and Dragons? The idea?
No.
Okay.
Sorry to go and tell everybody the truth. It could not work. Anyways,
right,
Adam versus Bumblebee. Who's picking up tickets? I know I am.
Really quick before I get to. Oh, Mike was off there. Rookie mistake. So we're leaving mics on when we're not supposed to, although not my fault. We're turning mics off when they need to be on. Before we get to my number 3, Trailer Park Ryan, he said, "Hey guys, how about Manny versus Mayweather when it was supposed to happen, aka when Mayweather was dodging him for 5 years and complaining about proper testing?" Yeah, well, they were supposed to fight in 2009, and exactly what you said, Trailer Park Ryan. Floyd agreed to the fight. He just wanted VADA testing, which is the World Anti-Doping Association, voluntary anti-doping association. So you could get randomly drug tested. It wasn't just like day of fight leading up to fight. And Manny wouldn't do it. So I've never bought into the narrative that he was ducking Manny at all, because he said, yes, I'll fight him. I just want there to be drug testing involved. And Manny said no, but that fight should have happened in 2009, 2010 to your credit. Number 3, I have Terrence Crawford, who I think is absolutely one of the best boxers of all time. He won a world title in 5 different weight classes. He skipped over middleweight, so we probably could have done it in 6, which has only been done by 2 guys, Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao. One of the best fighters of his era. The best fighter of his era, actually did everything the right way. And in this fantasy matchup, I have him against Floyd Mayweather. I would have loved to have seen them fight at 147. You could even do it at 135 when Crawford was having that, super fight with Gamboa and Floyd was Pretty Boy Floyd. But I want to see Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather. It's my number 3.
All right, my number 2. This is one that we sort of saw for real, but I'd love for them to actually glove up and go the full 12 or 15 or whatever you want to schedule it for. Zach Cassian versus Matthew Tkachuk.
Oh, nice.
Put him in the boxing ring. Let him hash it out. How long until Tkachuk goes down? Obviously, if he turtles, the count starts. Cassian can't go after him anymore. There's a little more rules here.
What do you mean you can't go after him?
If Matt Tkachuk is on the ground in a boxing match, he can't start swinging at him.
Yeah, they're still boxing.
It's true. They're still boxing. Tkachuk just has to get up. He's got to actually, he's got to nut up or shut up in this scenario.
If he turtles, Evander Kane joins Cassian.
Okay, fair. Every time he turtles, there's a new former Edmonton Oilers bruiser that comes in and joins Zach Cassian in the fight.
All right, I like that.
But there's sort of got a teaser before. Let's put him in a boxing ring. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna wait. You keep going until Declan's ready to get back and rolling here.
Did he forget his mic again?
No.
Picking some stuff up off the ground. My number 2, the 2 best heavyweight boxers of all time, in my opinion, and probably everyone's, Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis.
Oh my God. What a great match that would be.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Madison Square Garden, 15 rounds. Oh my God. But they wouldn't last that, right? Like somebody would knock somebody out.
I don't know. When you have 2 elite fighters like that, both in their prime, more often than not, it does go the distance because they're so much more defensively responsible. So I think that one could go 15.
And if Ali's not because later on he did the, rope-a-dope and whatever, but if Ali is, prime time using his brain, that would be a great fight.
Yeah. Like if it's the Ali that fought Liston, granted he was young then, but still.
Quick feet. Oh my.
All right, my number 1, and it's obvious, this one with a bullet. It's really just to see how long Ali would last. It's Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. What
do you mean how long Ali would last?
I know, he was fast, he was strong,
he would win.
Famously, Ali and Tyson sitting next to each other on a couch. Ali was like, yeah, I'd bob and weave and all these things. He got one shot on me, I'm down.
But the thing about Ali was that he fought Frazier. And Frazier was he wasn't Tyson, but he was a hard hitter.
We'll go straight out of jail, Tyson, though. So all he did for all those years was work.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that, but I think Ali might win that fight.
No, for sure.
You really think so?
Easily, yeah.
I'm going to go with Ali's word on this one, and I'm going to go with Mike Tyson.
He's so fast. He was so...
Mike Tyson also in that same interview said that Ali was the greatest.
Yeah, I know. Every head must bow, every tongue must confess.
Tyson was scary, but he wasn't terribly efficient. He had holes. It's just that everybody was on the ground by the time you could find them.
He was a way better boxer, pure boxer, than people give him credit for.
But number 1 with a bullet, Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, both in their primes.
It's a great fight.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
That'd be number 1.
My number 1 is the best pound-for-pound boxer of all time with a bullet as well, in Sugar Ray Robinson. And I want to see him take on another Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
How about that?
That's kind of mind-blowing. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Doesn't it give you chills just to think about?
Well, I think Leonard has been, I don't know why, but I think he sort of, everybody said, oh yeah, he's great. And then we don't talk about him as much anymore, but he's a great fighter.
One of the best ever.
No.
One of the best ever.
This was great, guys.
Other notables, Daniel LaRusso versus whatever Will Smith's kid's name was, and the other Karate Kid.
It's a good pick.
Well, we should go Lego pieces next week.
Oh, that's a great idea.
The red one? I don't even know what that means. Like, aren't Lego pieces just like blocks?
Yeah, but you visualize in your mind.
Right. Like I got my Lego helicopter with little Lego Michael in it, and we're going to go get, I don't know.
Little Lego Tom in his fire truck.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I see where you're coming from.
Go to the gas station or something,
Yeah. Listen, it's the off season. I wanted to throw a little whimsy in there, particularly for these topics that I'm not as knowledgeable on Declan on. I will just I'll throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. And I just hope you're all entertained by my list.
I actually
thought it was great.
I enjoyed both.
I thought it was better than mine.
Dude, I
honestly.
cooked with Ben Wallace versus Isaiah Stewart.
The best ones were Declan's first one, and then the Lewis
Ali
one.
Yeah.
And your best one by far was the one with Cassian with Kachuk. People would want to see that.
You could sell all the tickets in Alberta, just to Alberta residents. However, it would have to be fought in Winnipeg for no bias from referees or anything.
Man, you know what's crazy? This is how you know there's a sports divide. Because to me, the best one on Josh's list by a mile was Ben Wallace and Isaiah Stewart. Yeah.
Well, that's good though. He covered everything. Well done and good on you. All right. Isn't it funny how when the NHL stops doing stuff, and the World Cup isn't on right now, is it? Or it comes up soon?
5 minutes, yeah.
All right. And Friday baseball, I don't know why they don't start it earlier. It's like 5 o'clock that they start Friday baseball, which is dumb.
Yeah, I think the first pitch of the first game today is at 4:40 between the Brewers. Brewers and Pirates at 4:40.
Yeah, they should have Wrigley should have a game right now. By the way, I don't know who's playing the Mets tonight, but apparently they're not in New York yet, and they play in 5 hours, and they got to get to Shea.
The Red Sox.
Okay. They're not there.
Guys, doesn't seem like a long drive.
Well, we don't really know the geography of it. By the way, the Riverhawks play at home tonight against Marion, 7 o'clock. We'll have the Blue Jays Padres starting at 7:40 tonight. It's Bieber versus Sears. That should be a good game. Merrill's coming along now, playing a little bit better. Going to be a fun time. All right, Steve Lansky on the way in hour number 2, and more of your comments are straight ahead as well. This is the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. It's time for an update with Declan Krueger.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by Elks Nation for the best green and gold coverage online with articles, podcasts, and plenty of in-depth in-game coverage. You can visit elksnation.ca. Wimbledon semi-final action from earlier today was Jannik Sinner over Novak Djokovic in straight sets and Sasha Zverev over Arthur Ferry in straights as well. FIFA World Cup will get going today with the lone game, Spain and Belgium. That one's set to kick off in about 3 minutes here. In the MLB, the Brewers and Pirates will get the action going at 4:40, as will the Phillies and the Tigers. The Jays will be in action out in San Diego, 7:40 first pitch, and it will be Bieber on the mound in that one. Some news from around the sporting world is Felix Auger-Aliassime has announced a split from his longtime coach after his Wimbledon quarterfinals loss, and Scotty Scheffler headed for his first missed cut in 4 years at the Scottish Open. Also tonight in the CFL, Week 6 continuing with Toronto and Winnipeg at 6:30. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Attention Alberta construction pros. For over 50 years, Japa Equipment Rentals has been your go-to for top-notch equipment and stellar service. Whether you need rentals or expert maintenance, we've got you covered. Stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations today.
Mr. Rooter has deja vu. Mr. Rooter has deja vu.
The bathroom is right over there, Mr. Rooter.
Why, thank you, good sir. Wait, I swear I've plunged this toilet before. It was clogged with a snow globe. Am I living in a time loop? Oh, good. It's just a voodoo doll that looks exactly like me. Whew, what a relief.
For a plumbing experience you'll want to relive, call Mr. Rooter.
Canada's men's rugby team at Clark Stadium. July 11th, don't miss an international doubleheader as Canada takes on Portugal and Tonga battles Spain. Build the home field advantage for Team Canada. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
Need a new ride for road trips, errands, or just life on the go? Go Auto offers a massive selection with over 15,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. With over 70 locations across Western Canada, finding your next ride has never been easier. Whether it's a roomy SUV for the family, a sleek car for the open road, or a rugged truck for your weekend adventures, you'll find it here at a price you'll love. Explore thousands of vehicles today at goauto.ca.
When your project can't afford downtime, call Japa Equipment Rentals. From excavators and wheel loaders to compaction equipment, Japa has the machines you need. Trusted since 1972. Visit japaequipment.com or stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations.
Tired of the rough ride? Alberta used to be a leader in highway planning and construction, but years of neglect and custom maintenance are showing. You can see it, and your vehicle is feeling it. Infrastructure can last for years with a little TLC, but when repairs are deferred, minor issues become major reconstruction. We need action and a reliable capital plan. Contact your MLA and demand stable infrastructure funding. Find out how at fixourroads.com.
A message from the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association.
Grove Rotary Rib Fest is on all this weekend in Central Park, Spruce Grove. It's mouth-watering ribs, plus live entertainment, the Canada Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo, and much more. Grove Rotary Rib Fest, brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires in Spruce Grove. Tickets on site now.
I've been drank.
The Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Author, musical connoisseur, sports know-it-all. Yes, a man for all seasons.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Hurry in for hot summer savings, including 0% purchase financing on select models. 0%. Details at wolfgmcbuick.com. It's a lovely day after a big win by the Elks. GM Parisian says, driving to the recycle center with my son Grady in honor of the big win. Can we get a thought or memory of Willie the Terminator Plus? Well, yeah. My all-time favorite linebacker for the Eskimos was Dan Kepley. That will never change. But every time I saw Plus play that position, he just was, he tackled, he was on everything. He was absolutely beyond aggressive, and he was brilliant. He could read plays extremely well. If the defense was ever in control, it was like when Plus was on the field. So that's my memory of Willie Plus. Who's the best linebacker you've ever seen, Declan, in the CFL?
From the CFL, a guy, Chip Cox was a guy I really appreciated because he was undersized and he would fly around and he was never scared to get in. But personally, for me, I'm picking Reggie Hunt.
Oh, great name. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. It's time for our headliner of the day, Mr. Steve Lansky from Inside the Truck podcast. This city knows what a comeback looks like. If debt is holding you back, Faber's licensed insolvency trustees can help create your financial comeback. Book your free consultation at faber.ca. Steve Lansky, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You staying out of trouble?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Are you in Paris, Vermilion, or home?
Home. I should be sitting outside. It's such a beautiful day. I'm going out the minute we're done.
How bad are the mosquitoes wherever you are that you have not told us? Did I insult him? Steve?
Sorry. That's on me. Calgary, there's no mosquitoes. Bonnieville, lots of mosquitoes.
Did you mute yourself?
I might have, but okay, I unmuted myself.
If my producer, let's pretend you're the producer of this segment, what would you say to the talent?
If they muted themselves?
Yeah. Did he mute himself again?
No.
Oh. I'm just teasing you, Steve.
No. What would I say to the talent is not a term I use. What would I say to the commentator?
Yes.
I would say if you need to mute yourself, mute yourself.
Okay, so you had to cough or something. This wasn't accidental.
Something like that, yeah. And then but there's a lag on my mute.
Okay.
So it didn't look like it had muted. So I hit it again. So that was it was a bit of an operator error. I'll admit that.
Fine. That's fine. And we don't have to spend any more time on it because I'll screw up by the end of this segment. So don't worry about that. What you've been watching? I know you've been watching World Cup. I'm
watching it right now. I'm not married to it every day, but I'm following it. It's good. It's fun. But if you told me the only sports television for the rest of your life was going to be World Cup, I might mute myself, and you can read that any way you want.
So how many people? No, anyway. So do you watch the Blue Jays at all? Like, because they're kind of a tough watch right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of up and down. I haven't been watching a ton because we've been in Bonnyville, and now, of course, it's Calgary Stampede. So I'm right into that. I do, but let's face it, your team's a lot more fun to watch when they're winning than when John Schneider's managing. Let's look at it that way.
What are you digging about the Stampede? Anything? I know that there's been I've been reading about complaints about the noises of the bands that are playing, but I'm not sure what else is going down there. Is it a fun time again this year?
That's so funny about the media, isn't it? They latch on like a lamprey. If you don't know what a lamprey is, everybody can look it up. They latch on like a lamprey to this one story about music, volume, and hours in the venues, and that's all anybody knows. That's all anybody sees because it's like, oh, well, this is sexy. Let's talk about this. It's not a big deal at all. Then again, I don't live across the street from one of the venues, in which case it would be a very big deal if things were falling off shelves and breaking, which I understand they are. Stampede's great. I love Stampede. And the weather has been, oh my God, 28 degrees and sunny, like we're on day 5 now. It's absolutely beautiful.
What and this is just me asking because I'm not passing judgment or going to tell you you're wrong, but what events do you like the most at the Stampede?
You know what, Al? We were there yesterday for 9 hours. Mm-hmm. We saw a working horse show. We saw a chef competition where they were cooking Alberta beef. I will go and literally watch anything because I just like learning stuff about other stuff. And we went to the rodeo on Tuesday. I don't know, it's all melding into one. I love every rodeo event. I produced rodeo for CBC.
Yeah.
I love rodeo. I have nothing bad to say about rodeo. I have nothing bad to say about the Stampede.
The reason I will always remember that you produced rodeo was that you made the correct call in, I think, what would have been the most difficult moment of your broadcast career, because you had to make a call, and it was not a call you wanted to make, but you made the right call. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure, you're talking about in Brandon during the Bud Pro Rodeo Tour in 1989 when a bull stepped on Charlie Sampson's head, and I thought, he's dead. Now, we're live to tape. We're not live on the air. We're live to tape. But our director wanted to play a replay because he was, kind of morbid. And I said, we're not showing that replay. I don't want to see a close-up. Between you and me, I thought he was dead. They didn't wear helmets. They didn't wear flak jackets. He should have been dead. And I'm like, we're not putting that on the air. And we had a 45-second piss-up in the front of the truck before I got what I wanted, of course. And Charlie Sampson rode the next day. So, but better be safe than sorry. I'm not going to be part of that. And I'm certainly not going to sit there and be bullied into, see, now I'm getting upset, and be bullied into something that I know inside is wrong.
But you made the right.
That's the end of that. And of course,
I watched the
of course,
thighs,
but don't forget, I'm 20, right?
They kept showing the thighs.
Yeah, like and you know what? That I think that was kind of a seminal moment. Now it's American, so it's a bigger deal. But I think that was kind of a seminal moment when they looked back and said, maybe we shouldn't have shown that. I remember when Tim Krumrie broke his leg, honest to God, second play from scrimmage in the 49ers Bengals Super Bowl. I'm going to say 1989, maybe would be close. And they replayed it once. And then I think they kind of realized, because his leg was flopping around like there was attached to nothing. And I think those kind of two things, because I was in a Super Bowl, I think those two things made people look and go, now, wait a minute. Just because we can show something doesn't mean we should show something. I mean, that's a hard decision to come to, because, we can do it. Wait a minute. It doesn't mean we should do it. Let's think for a minute, would you?
Yeah. As a viewer, I thank you for the thought, because, it's I love sports, but that stops becoming sport and it becomes something else again. And it's like it. I don't think anybody should want to see that.
I think my question would be, if it happened live in front of you, would you look at your friend and say, "Oh, I'd like to see that again"? No, you wouldn't. You'd go, "Oh my God, that's horrible. I wish I'd never seen that." That's what you'd say. Exactly. Well, that's our job. That's my job as a producer, is to say, do you want to see that again? No, you don't want to see that again. Jim Sandlak got plowed in the corner in Vancouver one time. I swear to God, I thought he was dead. He laid there like he was dead. And I just thought, we got to be judicious here. Now, that was live. We got to be judicious here. We've got to give this some thought. And the other one I always think of is, would mom and dad at home want to see that replay? No, they wouldn't. That's your job as a producer. And I'm prepared to walk out of the truck and defend that decision to whomever it needed defending. I never had to defend those except to the director for that time for 45 seconds. And he was still pissed after. He brought it up a whole bunch of times. I'm like, Beaner, name was Beaner. Beaner, I don't care. I don't care whether you agree with me or not. I couldn't care less. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. Elks are 4-1. After all the stuff that's happened in the last, 6 or 7 years since they became the Elks, this is like a manna from heaven for this organization, right?
It is. The beauty of the CFL, though, right? I mean, it's not like there's 57 teams. There's 9 teams, so it's at some point your number's going to come up, and you're going to be, hey, we're a winner again. But it is exciting because, honest to God, like, I get it. All the cities in the CFL have their own identity and rich history to a degree. Some teams more history than others. But to me, Edmonton, like, that's a really rich history. It really is. And even if you took away the 5 straight Grey Cups, there's still a lot of history there. Jackie Parker, all that stuff. That's a big deal. And I think you always like to see those teams succeed because they've been around a long time, right?
Well, it's also true. Like, we're getting text today. I just got one from I think it was Grady, who wanted me to just reminisce about Willie Pless. And I could do that all day because like Dave Fennell, my favorite Edmonton Eskimos player forever. I loved watching him play. And Warren Moon, best quarterback I ever saw in the CFL. To me, he was just like, he was a majestic thrower of the ball. And the Elks, in order to kind of tap into that, I think they have to win, and they're kind of doing that. And I'm hoping all the folks my age and younger jump in on this, because I love the CFL. I truly love the CFL, and I think it belongs in Edmonton in a big way.
I think the problem is if they don't win, both factions, the older group say, well, it was never like this. I don't like this. And the younger group doesn't remember Willie Pless or the 5 Grey Cups or anything like that. And so they're just turned off. So it's like a double whammy. You really want to see them do something successful. And just in a little bit of a segue, so I have started the book. I'm not lying. I've started the book.
Yay!
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. And you were naming and I wrote a story yesterday about Waddell Smith and about Dave Cutler that I experienced in the 83 preseason. Pete Catella had become the head coach. That might have been the beginning of the end of a few things. But they did win the Grey Cup again in 1987. Help me out, right?
I think so. I think that's right.
Yeah. But it was they're just great memories, and they're great players, and those were great teams. And it's a bit like the Oilers when people say, "Oh God, get over the old Oilers teams." You know what? I'm going to enjoy that for the rest of my life because it was beautiful, and it's going to remain beautiful in my mind forever.
I do think that both the Elks today and the Oilers today, it's a tough legacy to match, right? Like, you know, the Game 7 loss in 83 was tolerable because you knew they were going to be back. Like, they were on their way to winning the Stanley Cup. By 83, I knew it, and I guarantee you did too. But with this team, because of the nature of that 80s team that was so deep with greatness, I think there's an impatience from older people, and younger people just want to see a damn Stanley.
You know, it's funny. Believe it or not, I remember at that time, 84, 85, maybe it was 83, right when they'd become successful. I remember people saying, you know what? One day this is going to be a problem because they're not going to be this successful, and people are going to look back and wonder why not. Well, of course they're not that successful. Nobody can be that successful in that long of a run. I mean, my God, they won the Stanley Cup in their 5th season. But I remember people saying that this is going to be a problem because it's going to get brought up. And sure as hell, it comes up a lot because if they'd have won 3 or 4 between 1990 and now, it may not be. But they haven't, so it is.
Yeah. And it's also like I'm always comparing GMs to Glenn Sather, and that's not fair because – you know, Glenn Sather had Lou Nanny, and there's no Lou Lanny. Well, wait a minute, maybe there is in Anaheim, but it's a more informed gig for NHL general managers now. They know more what they're doing. I want to tell you, Steve, a lot of people listen to you when you're on our station, and they have opinions about things, and about things that maybe you don't think they would have an opinion about. Are you ready for this one?
Sure.
Pops says, I don't think he muted himself. There was an emergency alert that came on right at the same time. So we don't even believe you when you tell us.
I did mute myself because I looked down, even though I didn't think I was muted, and there was a little sticky thing across what looked like a microphone thing. And I thought, oh, that is muted. I must have done that. So then I unmuted myself, but you were in the middle of cutting me a new one. So I just kind of let it go. But the sticky thing was through the microphone thing. And I think that means I was muted. Now, I'm not the vibrant youth I was 40 years ago, but I think the sticky thing and the mic thing meant that I was muted.
Do you find that people that you know, like Karen, my wife, is astounded that I can't figure out which channel changer does what, and I can't. But do you have that too, where technology that you used to know has gone by you?
I could lie to you. I've got a couple of comments. First of all, the remote control thing in you does not surprise me. I didn't need to be sitting down to hear that. I don't have any problem with technology, dude. In fact, I show more people how to connect their TVs and run this on the internet. And they're looking at me like, how do you even know that? But I think part of it is when we were in TV and I was not a technical producer, some guys understand everything technically. I did not, but I did understand what could be done. And as long as you understand what can be done, you know it can be done. And I'm still that way. I'm still interested in learning how to do it. I can't haul somebody in to do this. I can do it myself. That's me now anyway.
Well, you were due for a shot back at me, and well landed, sir, about the channel changers. Well done.
I don't know if it was that good. I don't know if it was that good. I'll try a little harder next time. I thought it was fun. It was honest. I can tell you that.
So I don't come off as some kind of precise analytical genius who knows exactly how electronics work. Is that what you're saying?
Tempting to lie, but no. No. But you know what? Dude, you don't have to.
No,
They
I
put the mic in front of you and you talk. That's it. That's it. Job's done. You did it.
I'll tell you, when this gig runs out and I'm doing something else, I'll be a cobbler or something. I don't know what I'll be. It's going to be a real different kind of a thing for Lowetide. Let me tell you, that's going to be a interesting.
Nobody even knows what a cobbler is. Oh, but if it's cherry, it's delicious. I also like apple. Yeah,
apple cobbler is excellent. You're right. All right. So where are you off to? You're just going outside, or you're going to the Stampede?
No, I'm going to sit in the front lawn and read Mark Hebscher's book in the sunshine. It's not too bad. It's not as good as mine's going to be, but it's not too bad. And I'm going to soak it up for about 4 hours.
Will you do me a favor? And I know you'll come on the show when the book is going to be published and all that. But give us an update every week about where you are. Like, is it a chronological book, or are you just going to? Because mine was chronological, very difficult to do. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have an answer to that question. All I'm doing is thinking of, so yesterday I think of the 1988 Grey Cup, and we did a feature on David Williams, and it's a really funny story because it shows how idiotic TV people are. So I just wrote that story down. I gave it a title, saved it, 2,900 words, whatever it is, probably too many, and it's in a file, and there's like 40 stories. I'm probably at 20,000 words already. How it's going to get woved, how it's going to get wove together, I have no. See, you probably know the answer to that. Is it woven or woved or weaved?
I'm not telling you.
Anyway, once it gets all tied together, then it'll be really good.
You said woved.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm just proud of you. A lot of people wouldn't try it. You're there. You did it. You crossed that great line. Listen, you have a great week, okay, Steve? We love you, and have a great one.
Thanks, man. You too.
There you go, Steve Lansky. I found initially the delay to be off-putting, but we got rolling there. He's right about the technology stuff, though. I mean, are you good at technology? You're young. You'd be good at the technology.
I'm good enough. No. You know, like I'm not a whiz. You know, turn it off, turn it on, unplug it, plug it back in. Let's see what happens.
So if we're going to watch a movie, you put you hit the thing, and there's a little thing you'd hit, right?
The play button?
No, you go over to that.
The disc tray?
No.
Oh, the HDMI button.
You go and you hit it, and it goes over to, wherever the movie's going to be.
You and I have very different descriptions of what good with technology is.
What do you mean?
That is, I don't know, everyday life. Oh yeah, I can change the HDMI.
Right. No, but the problem is for me is that like I can never know which the volume is.
It says on the thing VOL plus minus. You hit up on the plus, you hit down on the minus.
I've got two channel changers, and sometimes it's the other one.
Okay. You don't know.
Why can't it just be one thing?
Well, there are those things now. It's called a smart TV.
Well, that's what I need.
I think you're too dumb for a smart TV, Al.
People keep saying things out loud that I find objectionable, although they are they're completely true. So
the funny thing is, Lansky's still watching the show right now. So like, I was making him crack up. He just left, but he was sitting there. He was laughing.
I'm telling you, you guys, you're all in trouble now. Everybody's going to get a timeout during the break.
Someone get this universal remote.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
At Leading Edge Physiotherapy.
McLeod Bethel-Thompson, who watches on as Cody Fajardo pitches this one to Justin Rankin, and he couldn't, could he? Oh, you know he will. Touchdown Rankin, unstoppable. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, who watches. Fajardo flips this one out. Rankin trying to get there on second and a couple. He'll get it all. Touchdown, Justin Rankin. His second in the ball game.
Away. Simply irrepressible. He insists on his moment. 20 World Cup goals for Kylian Mbappe. And it's another beauty.
The Morocco lads, less than happy. I'm not sure what about. But you just can't keep him down, can you? McLeod Bethel Thompson, who watches on as Cody Fajardo pitches this one to Justin Reagan, and he couldn't.
Breaking down the fine art of sports, one rep at a time. The Lowdown with Lowetide. Thanks for checking out Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
$126 Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. We're into our final-ish half hour. World Cup underway early in this game, but we will keep you updated on this show and on Jason's show coming up. Minnesota Twins have acquired Blue Jays relief pitcher Tommy Nance. He was out of options, and they're probably going to make some moves here as we head towards the All-Star break. Going to be, getting closer to the deadline too. I don't know that the Jays are sellers. I don't think that you should read too much into that, but that's where we are right now. A few texts coming in with the same general feel. Junior D says, Lowetide, we love you, but the fact that you're referring to a remote control as a channel changer betrays your abilities. Dylan says, someone get this man a universal remote. Montana to Rice. Lowetide, you've never sounded older than you do right now. LOL. Yeah?
They're not wrong.
No. But why can't it just be, I can talk into the one.
Yeah.
Athletics, baseball, I'll say. It goes to the athletics.
Okay, so you do have a smart TV. Hate to go and tell everybody the truth, but that man has a smart television.
Well, why can't I tell it to be quiet or mute or turn it up?
Yeah. Okay. So you have the remote that you can speak to.
Right.
So my TV at home is a Google TV. Right. So I can hold the remote and I can say, hey, Google, volume to 20, and it will drop it down to 20.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if your TV is a Google TV. I know my TV can do that. It is like my TV or my house is a smart house. We have the Google Home, so like I can control things from wherever. I can call my roommate on the TV. Fun fact.
So you're telling me that I would not survive in a smart house?
No, I don't think you would.
Okay. All right. People are mocking me over the word cobbler as well. Peach cobbler is extremely good. Now can you get it to fix my shoes? There you go, Roadhammer.
If it's any consolation, I know what a cobbler is. And also, I know the word is woven and not woved.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. I think he felt bad for, cutting me off at the knees and watching me bleed out. So he wanted to send me something.
Well, I mean, you sort of cut him off at the knees to start off.
What did I do?
Well, you just made fun of him for muting himself.
Okay, you have to admit this is a guy who's in media a long time, and that was an awkward pausing thing.
It's very true. I'm not here to dispute that fact.
If he didn't, he poo-pooed it, but he would be after himself on that.
I think you're right. All right, fist bump from Declan. The day it's looking up.
What does that mean? You got food?
No.
Oh,
it's just fist my bump.
Well, the last time he did anything to your hand, it was knocking a phone.
That's not true. After that incident, we worked on the Krueger show together for like 4 weeks total that summer. Every time he would say, "Oh, with Declan Krueger and Josh Fenwick, we bump fists."
Oh, okay. All right.
Because we're like, yeah, bro, we've made it.
Team Dean says, "What's with the 20-second delay?" He was on a delay. Is that what happened? He was
definitely on a delay at the beginning. I don't know what was going on. I think the real thing we can all take away from that interview is Lansky has started the book.
And there's going to be a delay. Triple C in a truck. Steve sounds pissy today. LOL. He really didn't. Drew says, "Are the Elks for real, guys?" Well, yeah, they are. I mean, they've beaten Ottawa twice. So let's review. They're not very good, and their quarterback is not very good. But they're winning the games they should, and maybe they've won one. Declan, would they have won one they shouldn't have? Won by, because Winnipeg, I don't know whether Winnipeg is tough or just.
Sorry, I kind of interrupted you there, but no, I think the 4 they've won, I think they should have.
Okay.
All 4, really. I really believe that. Because you know me, Mr. Objective. No one's harder on a team than I am.
Yeah.
Big J Journo. But I really, really believe they are deserving of being a 4-1 team.
Yeah. And 4-1 is the best in the West. Like you can say, oh, Saskatchewan's a better team, but their record is 3-1.
It is, yeah. They'll probably, I would think they're going to go 4-1 this weekend at home against Jake Dolagala. But I think Saskatchewan's record's a little inflated. I don't think they're as good as the record says there is, but they won me a Grey Cup last season, so like, who cares?
Okay, we can agree that Ottawa does not have a CFL level starting quarterback average or above. Is that fair?
Yeah, like 2-16 this year, I think is really what it could like realistically trend to, which is what they were their first year of expansion.
And I remember when Winnipeg, I can't remember what year. O'Shea might have been there. Anyway, they didn't have a quarterback, and they were good everywhere, but they didn't have a quarterback, and they really struggled. They really did. I don't know if they were 7-9 or 6-10 or whatever, but if you don't have a quarterback, in any league, certainly in the CFL. You're going to lose a lot of games just because you don't have a guy who can make the long throw, or he's not accurate, or you'd need 2 running backs who could run 5 yards per carry to overcome that, and no CFL team has that. So how many other teams in the CFL are, because there's been injuries, are really starting below average quarterbacks in their next start?
Every Ottawa next start will be a below average quarterback. So that's one. Hamilton, like you've touched on. And I think that's probably it.
Okay.
Although you could make an argument, the guy who got benched in Ottawa and then traded and is now starting for Winnipeg and Drew Brown would be in that category.
Right.
Although personally, I don't think he is.
Okay. All right. I've watched the CFL when there's bad quarterbacks, guys, and it's not good. Or even rookie quarterbacks, because I think it takes a full year. I think your second year, unless you're Chuck Ely, is
Trey Ford.
Or Trey Ford. Look, the fact that Trey Ford is like this is the biggest damnation of Trey Ford, is that they are where they are and he's not the guy.
Well, and like Scott Milanovich knows quarterbacks. So the fact he's the quarterback or the coach benching Trey Ford is not a good look.
No, it like, do you think it will eventually bring on a position change? Because he can play other places.
I think the most likely thing is it's just him out of the league.
Really? Wow. That was a high pick too.
The XFL is calling. Canada's flag football team. There's a spot.
Is this This is going to end up being about Jalen Hurts?
No.
5,
I'm just
4,
saying
3,
no.
2.
So here's the thing about Jalen Hurts.
I knew it. I bloody knew it.
But hey, I'm just saying nothing about Jalen Hurts. Team Canada flag football team.
I have a quick question for you two. Is the home run derby set? We know all the
Pretty
participants?
much. I think Mattingly slipped that Schwarber was going to do it yesterday in a media avail.
Is Harper officially doing it yet? I know he said he would if he found the right pitcher.
Right.
Because
Jordan
all the
Walker
Mets
was
fans kept posting their own pitchers.
Yeah. Cardinals, Jordan Walker, Junior Caminero is in it. Vladdy's not.
No,
Which
he's
is
not
a
doing
shame.
it. He's not doing anything for the weekend, though.
Vladdy is like, because Vladdy's such a showman, right? Caminero is too, but like Vladdy is like worth, if he doesn't hit any, he'd still be worth it. Of course, if he didn't hit any, people would be all over him. He's not having a great year, which I don't understand. I watch him and I know his back's an issue or whatever, but some of the rinky dink, like, it's kind of maddening that he's got that much power and torque.
Yep.
And he's not.
Well, so I think people have come at it from a lot of different ways. First of all, he's off balance. Second of all, like his swing path is weird. He doesn't have any arc on it. Like I think his home run against the Giants was 18 degrees.
Right.
That's not a lot. Now he hit it with a lot of power. Like it's the biggest, it's one of the biggest fields in the MLB, and he hit it to like the deepest part of the field. So like obviously it's there, but maybe he's just not getting under the ball enough. He's not hitting up on it.
No.
I don't know. It's a tough part of the game.
Well, when I watched Junior Caminero and then I read about him, they said his swing, flat swing like Vladdy, but like Vladdy, he had enough torque that he would just hit line drives out.
Yeah.
And he has. But now Vladdy's not doing that. And I mean, if he's hurt, just let him rest until, he's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating to watch Vlad. I'm a big Vlad, I watch the Jays. I'm not a Jays fan because I'm an Expos fan. But I love watching Alejandro Kirk turn doubles into singles.
Yeah.
I love Kirk. I love watching him. And the pitching when it's good. Gosman didn't pitch well recently, but he's really good. They need Henke and Ward in the bullpen. Do you think they can get those guys back? They're probably 90 now.
I mean, I guess they could. I just don't think they'd be throwing cheese like they were back in the day.
Colin says, my mother-in-law calls the remote control the machine. I like that. The machine doesn't work.
Yeah. All right. Well, then.
You'll get
The
there,
machine.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, I will.
You
because
will get
technology will surpass me unless I die beforehand from all the data centers infecting my water or something like that.
Can I ask you guys a fun summertime question that I was actually going to throw in 5 questions, but have elected not to?
I just want to say one thing. You will die 7 minutes after they put a chip in your brain where what you're thinking comes out of your mouth. Go ahead, Declan.
That's a great point. And this is something I wanted to ask you guys because you were 2 baseball people, and it's something I'm genuinely curious about. With your mortgage on the line, would you rather have, and so this is the setup. Your mortgage is on the line, Bonds is at the plate, Greg Maddux is on the mound. Who are you backing?
Bonds.
Okay, well, is there a better choice than Greg Maddux? Like, would Nolan Ryan? Cy Young?
Here's the thing. Maddox is the best choice because Maddox won't walk him. I don't think. It would take a long time, but Bonds' eye is so good. Bonds would hit the ball hard. It might end up in a glove, but Bonds is the choice for hitter, in my opinion. He's best hitter before Shohei. And Shohei's kind of not Shohei this year at the plate.
Except he still has, I think, 19 home runs or something like that.
And his average is great. And he's coming on, but there was a time this year where I was like, damn, this pitching is really impacting him. Anyway, Bonds is...
I would take Bonds over basically anybody you threw at him.
Yeah. But Bonds was like, the most likely outcome for several years in a row was a walk because people just refused to pitch to him. It didn't matter who was hitting after him. They'd rather face him than Bonds.
It's like Barry Bonds in 2004, I think it is. I think that's the year everybody likes to bring up. His on-base percentage was better than like some teams in the league this year. Like you'll look at stuff or someone will do something historic for a week and it'll be like, oh yeah, Junior Caminero was getting on base. His on base percentage was like 1.340 or something. It's like, and that's still 10% worse than Barry Bonds, just so you know.
Yeah. But the baseball's got a problem because all of us of a certain age know Bonds is the best player we ever saw until Shohei. And they're not putting him in the Hall of Fame. And Bud Selig is in the Hall of Fame. And Bud Selig was, he benefited from the juicing, and all owners did. And so there's an hypocrisy about that like I love baseball. And the Baseball Hall of Fame is the best Hall of Fame. But until they get that straightened out, until they find a way to either take Selig out of the Hall of Fame or put Bonds in, and not just Bonds.
Sosa, McGuire.
Yeah. And you know, Clemens isn't in the Hall of Fame, is he?
No.
So he would go to
him. Neither is Pete Rose.
Well, Pete Rose, man. Oh my God, that is a story. He's probably going to get in the Hall of Fame, you know, because of Trump.
Yeah. I guess if he strong arms the voters or something. I don't know. Does he throw a bunch of money the MLB's way and then Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame? Taxpayer dollars.
Listen, if he did all that for Falarin, imagine what he would do for Pete Rose.
Great point, actually. That is a lovely point.
Like, not even joking, hey? Like,
yeah, you're like, yes, you know what? That makes sense. But he's a New York guy. Maybe
yeah, the Cincinnati Reds don't belong.
Yeah, maybe he do not care.
Well, we'll find out. Stay tuned tomorrow for
that's right, when the Hall of Fame is introduced.
All right, we should take our final break of the day, and then we'll be back with more jocularity. We will talk sports, I promise. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Say hello to Alberta's home for reeling and dealing. With Play Alberta, you can spin into the excitement of popular slots like Cash Eruption and Desert Fantasy. Experience Alberta exclusive games and get in on the action of live dealer tables with all new elevated stakes. However you prefer to play, the fun is ready when you are. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. Playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
As Cody Fajardo pitches.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest games and entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices excluded.
Canada's biggest appliance sale is on now at the Brick. Stay big on top appliance brands throughout the state. Buy more and save more. Up to $1,000 off qualifying appliance packages. Plus, take until 2030 to pay with no interest on appliance OAC with Flexity. OAC with Flexity. If you find a lower advertised price on appliances, the Brick will beat it. And check out deals for the rest of your home, like up to 33% off sofas, love seats, sectionals, and recliners. Some exclusions apply. See you in store for detail. The Brick. Saving you more.
Sports 1440.
Hurry in for hot summer savings at Wolf GMC Buick. Take advantage of 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. 0% purchase financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Sierra 2500 Denali and Denali Ultimate models. Plus, huge cash savings on GMC Sierra heavy-duty trucks. And ask about the $1,000 truck trade-in bonus and low-rate lease offers. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned. Over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
Went from Mr. 305 to Mr. Worldwide.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
$143 Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out anytime at wolfgmcbuick.com. We're in our final segment, 15 minutes left. Well, 10 really, because of the commercials and everything, but not much time. So I say this because I think it's a topical, and I would like to hear opinions. Elks had like 18,000 last night. Big barn. Do you think the Elks would get more bums in the seats if they were called the Eskimos?
Yeah, and I think it was actually lower than that. I think the reported attendance was like 16.
Okay.
I mean, I think the name change did damage. I think we all kind of agree with that. I think the way they went about it more so than anything did more damage, saying, you know, hey, we don't need all our fans who have stuck by. Like, we don't need this certain demographic, this certain group of fans who have stuck by us. Yeah, I think a name change would get some of those people to come back for sure.
I'm not asking you if you think it's the right thing to do.
No, yeah,
right.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I do think a name change would get some of those people to come back. But I still I do believe, moreover, that consistent winning and sustained success season after season is the biggest driver.
So for because there's new ownership and they obviously have ideas, and we don't know what they're thinking, and we don't know when something might occur. But like, if they stay the course, this issue eventually, maybe not in my lifetime, but would go away. Is that fair?
I think so. I think so. Like, I think there will come a point when it's just, you know, a part of the history and not a part of the recent history that's a sore spot, and that is a stopping point for a lot of people, right? Like, we're not there now, but that day will come one day. But yeah, to your question, I think it probably would, to a degree.
The other question I have for you, because while you've got it up on the chassis and you're looking under the hood and you're viewing everything, there's basketball in town, there's baseball in town, and those are comfortable places to go watch. That you can reach out and touch the players. There's an intimacy in those places that you're watching the Riverhawks tonight, Stingers. There's a comfort level you have and an intimacy. You don't get that at Commonwealth. So is it inevitable that they're going to have to go to Clark Stadium, shore that up, or find a different venue? Are we expecting that stadium to house a successful team, and maybe it just never will because it's kind of cold?
I don't think they would ever move back to Clark. Like, you look at the Labor Day rematch last year, they had to open up the upper deck. They had 30,000+, and I think they can get back to that consistently for sure. What I would do is I would put tarps over the second level.
Right.
Like, I would tarp it off so it doesn't make it look so much more open than it is.
And there's nothing we can do about the track field that keeps you from, having, like at McMahon.
Right. And well, it's going to get worse with the field changing as well, right?
Right.
So,
I mean, like at McMahon, you can see the mice running alongside the running back.
Yeah,
you're really close.
Yeah, I just think so. Like, what is that? Like, so you have to like completely renovate the stadium to take that out, and then on top of that, like move the seats closer. Like, it's just I don't think it's that feasible. Also, to me personally, and everyone's different. Like, I have never once thought of the track as like a deterrent to my viewing experience.
And maybe I'm wrong. I don't. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
There was a time when I wanted better, video to be able to watch on the big screen, but that's not an issue now. I like the environment, at the ball game.
Yeah, like I do think it's a great stadium and it's a great environment, but I just think it's at its best when it's, 30, 32, 35,000 and rocking, not when it's, 16K spread out in a, 65,000 seat stadium, but 30,000 seat lower bowl. You know what I mean?
The final question I have for you in this area is about people my age. And I'm just going to be flat out about it. Thursday night is still like there's work Friday. And I wonder I don't know that they need people my age, but I wonder if they ran more Friday nights and weekends, it would be better. Or is that just a non-starter?
No, I agree. I think there's somebody who said for that. Like Thursdays are always going to draw less games. Like, this is my thing. Yes, it was July 9th and the weather was good. It was a Thursday night against Ottawa. Yeah. It wasn't a Saturday against Calgary or a Friday against Saskatchewan. It's also Stampede week. Like, yeah. There are a few contributing factors. So listen, if every game could be on a Friday or Saturday, I think that would be awesome. But just, with CFL scheduling, not going to happen.
How many of your answers were biased because you're secretly a Saskatchewan Roughrider fan?
None of them. Because do you guys want to say it with me? I'm Mr. what?
Mr. Big J Journal.
Mr. Big J Journal. But no, I believe every answer I gave. I think that came off clear. But if it didn't, I'll reiterate it now.
Well, it's like George Seinfeld said, it's not a lie if you believe it.
Real.
Yeah.
You were way more fair about that than Eddie, by the way. This morning.
What did he say?
He said that there was basically no reason for no one to go out to the game. Like, the team's winning. It was a nice day. So what if it's Thursday? It's the summer. Go to the game.
Well, you can say that, but I live in St. Albert. I got to drive down. I got to take the LRT.
Mm-hmm.
I get out. I'm in a back. I get home at 11:30. I mean, I'm not a young man anymore. I could do that when I was to your age.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I understand what Eddie's saying. In large part, but there is also just a very real element of it. Like, it's a Thursday night game that ends at 10:30. It's against the Ottawa Red Blacks, who aren't probably the furthest thing actually you have from a rival in the CFL. And like, there is a pretty big once a year, huge economic event that gets a lot of visitors going on in Alberta right now. Like, those are all real too.
Yeah, maybe they should have promoted as, Edmonton finally gets the revenge against Ottawa, something like that.
I don't think that would have worked.
Okay.
But what's the revenge for?
All the things that Ottawa's. I don't know. I'm not that
starting
guy.
this stupid separatist movement so long ago.
I don't know why people are mad. It's not my gig, man. I'm just saying, one thing, the best promotion I've ever seen in the CFL is, and I don't know if they still do it, but there were times in the last, 15, 20 years where right outside Commonwealth Stadium, the Saskatchewan Roughriders would get a gigantic banner ad and said, "Thank you to the Edmonton Eskimos / Elks for hosting our Saskatchewan Roughriders home game here in Edmonton."
That's lovely.
it was just, I watched it. I'm like, this is totally arrogant and totally true. And what a bunch of jackasses, So, but in terms of sports, that's good and funny.
Mm-hmm.
And Saskatchewan Roughrider fans feel about the Saskatchewan Roughriders in Saskatchewan the same way Oiler fans feel about the Edmonton Oilers. It's exactly the same. It's religious zeal is what it is. And if you're offended by that, I don't mean to be. That's just the best way I can quantify it. If you're offended, Declan.
No, I was just like Miles from Wetaskiwin. He came back and said, "Do you go to a hockey game on a Thursday night?" I don't understand that point. And like, look, we just got to be we just got to be blunt and honest here. Like, this is way more of a hockey town than it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't compare anything fairly to hockey in Edmonton. The example I sent back to Miles was like, it'd be like comparing a soccer game on a Thursday to a basketball game in London in the United Kingdom. I actually said Manchester. I don't know why I switched it up now, but you know what I'm saying? It's just different.
Well, here's the other thing. Okay. I'm just going to tell you from my point of view. I got to drive to the LRT thing and I got to park. Then I get on the LRT and they go down to the Commonwealth. I walk all the way up and then I sit and I watch the game. I have a few beers, have a good time. Then I got to go to do it all the back. Now, if I'm going to a hockey game, I can park within 150 feet. I have to pay for it, but I don't care. I can walk into the building. I can go sit down, watch the game. And I can walk to my car 10 minutes after the game, and I'm done. And I just drive home.
I think also the NHL and CFL, as much as I love the CFL, it's not a fair comparison.
No, it's not.
The NHL is its absolute own monster.
Yeah,
and
if you get
the CFL is a strictly Canadian league.
Yeah, if you get an Oilers ticket, you're going.
Exactly.
Because it costs more and all of those things.
It's a status point.
And you're going to get to watch Connor McDavid. All right. Thanks so much for tuning into the Lowdown. Really appreciate all the input, including from my learned friends here to my right. Please enjoy your weekend. Jason Krueger is on the way.
Brought to you by Sean Cunningham of Remax Real Estate. For your next move in the Edmonton or area, call or text Sean directly, 780-265-0165. Halftime in the FIFA World Cup between Spain and Belgium. That one currently tied 1-1. Wimbledon results from earlier today in the men's semifinals saw Jannik Sinner over Novak Djokovic in straight sets and Sasha Zverev over Arthur Ferry as well. In the sporting world, sticking with tennis, Felix Auger-Aliassime announcing a split from his longtime coach after the Wimbledon quarters loss, and Scottie Scheffler heading for his first missed cut in 4 years at the Scottish Open. The MLB will get going today at 4:40 with the Brewers and Pirates, as well as the Phillies and Tigers. Blue Jays also in action. 7:40 out in San Diego as they take on the Padres. Shane Bieber on the bump for that one. And the Riverhawks in action tonight down at Remax against Marion, 7:05 first pitch. And of course, finally in the CFL, Week 6 action resuming with Toronto and Winnipeg. 6:30 kickoff for the lone game of the day. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been Sports 1440 Update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.